Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. With BSG announcing that they're expecting to have .12 out within just a couple weeks, I figured it would be nice to do another video that will help out the new players and refresh the minds of those of us who are already playing. This one is going to be all about my favorite barters in the game, the ones that I actively make and the ones I recommend you look into as well. There are a ton of items in EFT that may look like junk but are actually very useful. The goal of this video is to get you to start thinking about what an item trades for rather than what it is. Next time you see that blue tape in a filing cabinet, think about the M1A you could get with it. Next time you see a dead scav, take the knife he has and soon you'll wind up with a free MP5. I know personally, bartering for equipment gets me that much more into the game. It's also a money saver as so many things barter for a more valuable item. Finally, be cautious especially at the start of a wipe that you aren't trading items away you'll need for a task. It can be very frustrating unexpectedly finding out that you actually need those 10 packs of cigarettes for a task and you just traded them for a silencer. I'm going to include a very helpful image in the description that shows you all the currently needed task items for every task in the entire game. First off, if you didn't already know, for each trader you can click the symbol here and filter by barter items only. Starting with Prapor level 1, there are two things I care about here. 30 rounds of 545 BT ammo for 1 can of Tushonka, not to be confused with the other type of Tushonka. BT, especially early wipe, is great ammo, and Tushonka can be found laying around anywhere. Good ammo is key to survival, so be on the lookout for these. Second, for 2 spark plugs you can get a PSO scope. You will need 8 spark plugs later, but after that trade away. The PSO isn't personally my favorite, but it's an effective long range scope. Moving on to Prapor level 2, we have an Gd5 Hand Grenade for 1 ES lamp, which is a common find. 2 new ammo trades for 545, which include 1 defuel for 30 rounds BT and 2 hot rods for 30 rounds BS. BS is the second best 545, making this trade well worth it. For 2 hard drives, which can be found in computers and filing cabinets, we can get a 60 round mag for our 545 AK. Nothing helps you kill pesky scavs like 60 rounds of that new ammo you just traded some Red Bull for. If you happen to come across 2 air filters, you can get yourself a VSS. Next, with Prapor level 3, we get access to the 2 ES lamps for F1 frag grenade trade. 1 blue tape for 8 rounds VSS ammo, 3 yellow pliers for 30 round VSS mag, and an ASVAL trade. You will need 5 MREs for Peacekeeper quests, but after that you're in the clear. Finally, with Prapor 4, we can trade for the best VSS/ASVAL ammo in the game. You will need 10 strike sigs for mechanic quests, but after that, this trade is well worth it. Besides the ammo absolutely shredding every armor it touches, this stuff is known to sell for 2,000 rubles a bullet. Then we have the 95 round mag for 545 AK. Batteries are needed for tasks, but once those are out of the way, have at it. If you don't care to use these, they do sell for good money. With Therapist level 1, we only see 2 barters, but they are both absolutely fantastic. 2 boxes of matches for a painkiller and 2 rolls of duct tape for a car kit. You will find these items common, especially in filing cabinets, and early game this will literally be your bread and butter for healing. Don't pass these up. Therapist level 2 introduces some nice things as well, most notably a documents case. This will be your earliest shot at getting an item that can hold your money, keys, keycards, and even bitcoins. If you're stumped on where to hunt down the statues needed, I'll let you in on a little secret. All 3 statues can spawn in and on the fixtures in the idea store on Interchange. If you have the willpower, the Thermo Bag is awesome for storing annoying things that won't go in a scav junk box like condensed milk. As inconvenient as it might be, I don't recommend doing the med case trade. If you get lucky enough to find a LEDX from labs, I would keep it for the tasks or sell it for more than the med case is worth and just buy one from Therapist level 3. Speaking of Therapist level 3, I do recommend saving up for the key tool as it is the most efficient way to store keys in the game. The 20 ophthalmoscopes needed for the eye case just aren't worth the hassle in my opinion. You will be able to buy eye cases at level 4. And at Therapist level 4, you can get one of the 2 Kiba keys for 50 condensed milk, the other being a reward from the Gunsmith questline. A money case is an excellent way to store all types of currency and help you keep your stash clean. Depending on the value of LEDX, it might cost you about the same to trade for a thick items case as it would be to flat out buy one. If you do main labs, this definitely is a fun trade to work towards. Thick items cases are thick, with 2 C's. At the time of this video, there are only 2 trades I would do with Skier. At level 1, we have the chainlet for dovetail mount, which allows us to put sights on our OPSKS, making it a highly effective killing machine, especially towards the beginning of wipe. The second trade I would do is a 2 rec bats for the ADAR. You will, however, need to hand over 6 rec bats to mechanic for a task. Next, we have Peacekeeper level 1. Here, I would trade 1 hard drive for an MBSS backpack and 10 A2607 knives for an MP5. You can find a ton of these knives just by looting scavs. Early game, the MP5 really shines. Heck, I even love them late game. Moving on to Peacekeeper level 2, we can get an SA58 for 2 intelligence folders and 3 hard drives. If you run labs, it's not hard to get all the items needed in one run. The SA58 is a personal favorite of mine, so I might be biased about this trade. Without a doubt, one of the best trades in my opinion is the 3 CPU, 3 CPU fan for M4 trade. The M4 is just one of the best weapons in the game, and if you loot any computers, you oftentimes find these barter items. With Peacekeeper level 3, we can trade 2 circuit boards for a 60 round 5.56 mag. You can find circuit boards and computers as well. Basically, computers and EFT are M4 dispensers. Keep in mind, you will need CPU, CPU fans, and circuit boards for mechanic tasking at some point. Just 2 Intel folders will get you a new M1A here as well. Finally, at Peacekeeper level 4, if you're an AK guy, the 3 gold chains for Magpul AK isn't a waste, and the GPX and PSU for MP7A2 is a good value, especially if you've stumbled across some GPXs. Mechanics got a ton of stuff to trade for, but don't be fooled, most of it is not worth it. At level 1, I'd shoot for an ammo case for 3 gunpowder, MPX for 5 DVDs, 3 UV lights, and a decked out MP133 for 3 red pliers. You will need so many shotgun kills throughout the EFT task lines. If you're gonna do it, best do it in style. It is usually more profitable to turn the Tetris into a Bitcoin, and if you find some random tools laying around while playing, you will need 2 toolkits for mechanic tasking. Mechanic level 2 offers some of the most tempting trades of all. I mean, just look at those Glocks. The stuff I would focus on here is 20 blue tapes for an M1A, 15 T-plugs for 73 round 7.62 mag, and 9 Bitcoins for a weapons case. 1 drill for a 9mm silencer, and 1 power supply for a 50 round MP5 mag. This is also where you can make one of my favorite trades in the game. 4 RAM and 1 T-plug will get you a hybrid 46 silencer. The silencer will fit on many different guns, but I personally like to sell it for a quick 100k on the flea market. At Mechanic 3, you can get a Mosin suppressor for 2 power cords. You have to use the Mosin so much throughout the task, it physically hurts. Why not be suppressed? You will also need power cords for a task. Finally, at Mechanic 4, you can pick up some 50 rounders for the M1A and SA58, and why not grab a thick weapons case if you don't have one? After all, they are thick with 2 C's. We're at the home stretch here. Ragman level 1 offers very little to buy or barter. If you have 2 bleach, you can get a high ricochet helmet, but don't go out of your way to get it. 5 masks for a P.A.K.A. Can't really recommend you pursue that either. With level 2, you can trade 3 ES lamps for a tri-zip. Backpack space is so important, and ES lamps are pretty common. 6 matches will also get you a pair of contact headphones if you already have enough painkillers. Next, at level 3, I'd go for the 4 Aquamarine for M1 rig trade. Armored rigs are a great help, and if you run shoreline a lot, Aquamarine should not be so rare. A Gen 4 full is nice if you have the clocks, much more practical when you have the scav junk box, which you should have at this level. Lastly, at level 4, I'd shoot for a blackjack for 4 paracords, 6 B43 Ford armor for 10 gold chains, or 22 level 20 dog tags. We can also make one of my favorite Ragman trades and get an M2 armored rig for 10 level 20 dog tags. Well guys, that brings us to the end. Again, these are some of my personal favorite trades and the ones I think are worth going for. This is being made at the time of 11.7. I don't know if 0.12 is going to introduce more trades. If they do, I'll be right on top of that and make a video for it. If I missed any of you guys' favorite trades, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe for future content, and I'll see you next time.